Welcome to our channel. Hello again. My name is Debbie and I work with my husband Mark to refinish, repurpose, and restore. We found something in need of care and elbow grease, a historic house located in Pentwater, Michigan, which was built in 1894. We have the goal of preserving a piece of the past for the present and the future by bringing this lovely lady back to her former elegance. In this video, Maddie is actually going to help us show you some of the things that we have found in our walls. So taking a line from another show, If Walls Could Talk, this is what our walls have said to us so far. So the first thing Maddie's going to pick up is the trolley topics. It is a little brochure that we found in the attic when we were up there cleaning up. It's got some nice things. It says, "It is to laugh, Ramona Theater," and it says Monday, July 8th. I'm not sure whether we have anywhere on this an actual date though. Maddie's going to pick up the next, 1907. Maddie found it right on the front. Perfect. Next thing is a little playing cards. I actually found this in one of the bedrooms when we removed a wall. We got down to laugh and then we put drywall on top of it. I don't think we've actually ever opened it, but Maddie's going to open it here for us and see what the cards look like inside, which is actually they're in pretty good shape inside. Perfect. Another little game we found in the walls of the I think it was the third bedroom, was a Parcheesi game. It actually has the name of the game. It has the dice. It has the little colored pieces. It has, Maddie, you want to hold up the little containers? The little containers are worse for wear, but they're there. And there is actually instructions inside the box, I believe. So Maddie, if you could pull the instructions out. So it's like finding little pieces of your house talking to you. So evidently this is something the kids actually played. It was found in one of their rooms. And there's the board. And if you see any date on it, Maddie?
Right, 1918.
1918. Then coming behind the Parcheesi is numerous boxes. So we again found this in one of the bedrooms when we opened up the wall. There is a brown box. Maddie, the box is behind you. And this was a watch box and from Milwaukee. And 1877 says when it was established, but there's nothing in the box. Then we have a nice little ring box that's green that we found in the wall too. And it had a jack and a marble in it and a stamp. So didn't have a diamond ring or anything, but it had a couple of cute things in it. And then there was a wooden box that we just have the one side of. No, it says F.A. Hardy and Company, and it was for glasses. And this one was from Chicago, Illinois. So, and then the other three boxes are actually from Muskegon. One doesn't have any kind of advertisement on it, but it has a little note on the back. It says M. Kennedy 2018 4th, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then the other boxes were just merchandise boxes. One is from Muskegon, and I looked up, the company did exist, but of course it's no longer there. Lund Rice Clothing Company. And then the big box doesn't have anything on it at all. You come around, we did find this nice little book from Niagara Falls. And we do know that the Sands that lived in this house went to Niagara Falls for their honeymoon, one of the places that they went. The graphics are so great in this book. We found this between the boards in the attic. And this is around 1894, which is about the time that they actually would have gone there for their honeymoon. Then stuffed in a drawer, I have no idea. It's definitely probably a 50s, so I would say it's probably Jaeger's, was this tiny little silhouette, which I find quite funny because I love collecting silhouettes. Then the bottles. My husband actually found when he was down in the basement working on the sewer area. And then we have a stack of checkers. And what was really kind of fun were these neat little notes. We found these notes actually stuffed in a wall, and they're dated December 6th, 1911. And we're kind of guessing this might have been when one of the daughters was getting married, and this was from her bridal shower. So there were several little notes from all sorts of different people, which was kind of a nice little find. And then we've got some nice little Easter seals in their original little package. And we found a little brooch. Have no idea. It's kind of in rough shape, but it was kind of a neat little find. And then last but not least, we found a picture, and it's a negative. And of course, we have no idea, but I'm sure it's of one of the families that lived in this house. So that's the end of all of our little treasures that we found here in our Pentwater vaults. Okay, now what we want to share with you is something that was given to us by Mrs. Patricia Glaza. Nobody in her family wanted it, and she thought it should come back to the house because this is where her grandmother lived her entire life, and this was her grandmother's wedding gown. So you can tell they got married in 1894. So we've got a very Victorian dress here, and all of this is hand sewn. And it's got a very simple train in the back. But what's the most incredible about this is we found the smallest, Maddie, can you hold the camera? We found the smallest frame that we could find, and we still could not get it buttoned in the back. That is how tiny Mrs. Sands was. And it has her underwear in the back. And then we've got Mrs. Sands's shoes. And when we got this, Maddie was 5 years old, and she could get her feet in them at that time. But kind of zoom in, Maddie. They are very intricate. They've got the beading and the little buttons. They're in nice shape, considering they walked down the aisle in 1894. Okay, this was actually given to us by Mrs. Glaza too. This is what her grandmother would actually call people to dinner with before they got the dining room modernized. So one bell was for service and one bell was to come to dinner. She couldn't find the mallet for us though. Now I'm going to show you what they did when it actually got modernized. Mrs. Sands actually would sit at the head of the table, and this button would be on the other side of this leg if this was her table, and she would push that, and that would call people to come and serve the dinner. Now, from pictures that we've seen that Mrs. Glaza gave us, there was actually a nice butler's pantry in here. We actually had to find this piece in an antique store because it had some white, really ugly white upper cabinets, and it had no lower cabinets because they had a wash machine and dryer in here. So this is one of the things we have purchased to try to replace this piece to bring it up to 1894, 1900 standards. So we are now down in the basement, and this is actually where they cooked. So this was the butler pantry that actually has been disconnected from the upstairs. And As you can see, it has been semi-closed off. So the food would come upstairs hot from the kitchen down here. The kitchen wouldn't heat up the house, and they would serve in that butler pantry and come through to the dining room. So now this is a nice piece also that we want to show you. We're still having some work that we're doing on this. We've got paneling that has been destroyed over here and paneling that has been stripped. And there's Maddie coming through. So you could see the people. Maddie, you want to go stand behind the door again? Yes. And I'm going to bring you down here where the flower pot is for the flowers. And that's so people could actually see. Come next to the door, Maddie, to make sure that nobody actually went in when somebody was coming out. So a nice piece of history still in the house on 268 Park Street. Our goal is to post every Tuesday. I hope you will join us for our next video, which is our curb appeal episode. If you like our content, please hit like and subscribe. See you in our next video.